Um, when we last spoke at the hospital, when I bumped into you, you reminded me of the importance of keeping the journal, and we were talking about that. I've always asked you, Susan, about the support that you give us with the app. I'm always asking you questions. So, and how can we make updates that are important? And you said something that blew our minds, James and I and Silas, which was, you said to me, I don't think you really realise the importance of your journal. It's great you've got it in there, but I don't think you really realise how good this could be, this journal for people. And one of the things you said is that for you as an audiologist, the idea that you can immediately find out more about what's going on with their tinnitus, it's a really good indicator of really trying to work out how things are going with that individual person. So, you know, what kind of thing would you say to start with? I've got a few questions based on this journal, which is, what would you kind of write? What would you, if for you, that it would help you?
Okay, well, I think, you know, how's it affecting your day-to-day? What is it that's, you know, made, you know, what is it about your tinnitus that's affecting your day-to-day? Is it stopped you going and doing something? Has it just meant that it's an annoyance and you can't read your book? Whatever that is. How would you score it out of 10 for loudness today? So those are the sorts of things. Just looking generally on what's been going on in your life today, because I think that's a good management tool just anyway for being good to yourself and kind to yourself. And then you can look back and say, oh yeah, well, I didn't go for a walk for 5 days leading up to this. Maybe I need to get out for a walk tomorrow. Maybe that'll help me. You know, so it's about sort of looking generally at your day, pinpointing, you know, yeah, I went to work today, I didn't go to work today, I went for a walk today, I didn't go for a walk today, whatever. Key points, really. So it's real sort of key points of what you've done for yourself, what you've done, you know, as far as work and things are concerned, be it around the house or going out or upstairs in your study like I am, you know. So yeah, I think those are significant factors. I'm not sure that necessarily diet is like we said needs to be put in there, but if you feel it's significant, put it in. It won't do any harm. You know, and how you felt in yourself emotionally as well that day. Was it a good day or a bad day for you? You know, have you had a cold or those sorts of things? Because I just think you start to look yourself and see your patterns. You know, if it's concise enough. You don't want to necessarily waffle on, but those key points really is how many out of 10 for loudness today, that sort of thing would be quite useful. And it would be useful for the patient to reflect back to. That's where the tinnitus handicap inventory, which I often do with patients, is a useful tool, because they may say, oh, it's no better, but their score may well have improved by quite a significant amount. And you say, well, actually, you did better than you think. You've done really well. You know, and people just sometimes need that motivation, and it can be a motivational tool as well as a good diagnostics.
That's really great. Yeah, I found for me the diary that I just kept before we had the app. I used to keep it, and it was very simple. It's kind of exactly what you were saying. It wasn't terribly detailed, but it didn't need to be. But it told me exactly where I was and where I've come from, and if I've maybe slid off the journey or whether I've managed to do quite well. And even where you had great days, sometimes it would just be not very good or very pleasant. And it would give you an idea also that when it's not pleasant, it allows you to give yourself a bit of a lesser, harder time, because when you would go back, say, 5 steps, and what was the perceived a level of 10 then suddenly becomes, in my case, it felt like 12 or 15. Then I would be really anxious about that, because I'd feel like I've just gone back so far. It felt like I've gone back 2 years, not even 5 steps. And then the whole habituation just felt insurmountable. And yeah, you're absolutely right. By keeping it kind of simple, but concise, so you know exactly what's happening. Yeah, it was really good way of charting progress or no progress.
Yeah, and it's great for a clinician then. I'm always happy when people bring lists in. You know, they always think, oh, you'll think I'm silly bringing this. No, I don't. Thank you very much. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, I have a guy I see once a year for support, and he always writes a wonderful letter of everything that's happened through the year, and it's great for me. He just likes to have that support and know that I'm there for him. But I just, you know, I take that letter, I type it all back up on my computer. You know, I have all those letters over the years of all the things that have affected him through the year and how he's managing, basically. It's really useful information.
That's superb, Susan. That is absolutely superb.